name is Emily Ianelli of T-Girl Angel, and I'm using a new prop, my hairbrush. I don't really use props when I do videos, but sometimes I think it's good to just kind of joke around a little bit. I'm trying to figure out how best to style my hair. I have no clue really. I have to learn how to kind of treat my hair the best that I can, because it is expensive to go to the hair salon, and though I do enjoy going, I just can't always do so. So I have to learn kind of how to comb my hair in a way where it looks attractive and it's not always covering my eyes. And sometimes it's not that easy for me to do that. And I am also very self-conscious. And I've always lived a very insecure life with my shyness, with my transgender struggle, and all the other things that I've always had to deal with. It seems that we all have our crosses to bear in life. Nobody has a perfect life, but we try. And I also am a very nervous person, and I'm not good in dealing with pressure or stress. I get all anxious, nervous. It's very hard for me to deal with and cope with. But in life, we have to learn to do that. We have to manage our emotions and our feelings. I'm not a therapist, but I do go to one, and I try to talk out my feelings, talking about life, what it's like being me, raising a teenage son who's autistic, being transgender, having dreams, and wanting to do what I can, being out of work, disabled, going through a very stressful and emotional time for something that is very difficult right now for me, personally, and causing me a great deal of stress. I've been in the hospital now since July 1st, which was my mother's birthday, the day of this unfortunate incident resulting in my wrongful arrest. I've been in the hospital about 7 times now, and I'm stressed because I don't have my car yet, as it was impounded that very day. I've been in court 4 times. 2 times in the courtroom I fainted. And I'm just stressed out. I even had a suicide attempt. So it's not easy for me. Life can be very difficult at times. And I'm also very upset because my son was supposed to come home for 3 weeks for summer break. And now, because of this going to court and dealing with these legal issues and trying to get my car back, and the stresses that I've been under, and being in the hospital so many times as a result of it, we decided it was in Maddie's best interest to just stay upstate at his residential school. But it is very difficult because I always cherish the times that he's home and that we get together and do things. but I do speak to him on the telephone, and I always feel that he's here, but I miss him. And I can't wait to get all this behind me, get my car back, have my innocence proven, and just get back on to living my life. I'm still creating, still writing, still recording. I have no choice. It's the only way I can deal with all of this. And it helps me cope. I will always record. I will always write. It's just a part of me. I need to. I've always felt very affected by my feelings and my emotions to a point where it's important that I express it. And my venue for self-expression is through spoken word, poetry, songs. I'm not a singer by any means, but I do speak what I write, and I put it in a way that I reflect my emotions. I articulate how I feel, and I try to incorporate a true sense of what's residing in my heart and what's going on within myself. Life is not easy, but I have to look at each day as a brand new day and just try to manage and cope as best I can. I can't just hide and isolate myself, though that is actually what is happening. I just wish that I didn't feel so alone. When I'm with my son, we have such an incredible bond, and it makes me very happy. And I just feel very special with him. He is a blessing in my life, and I just want to do the very best I can for him. I don't always know. I don't, but I try to do the best I can as a loving and caring parent, as a father to my son. I may not look like a father, but I am, and I try to be the best father that I can be. I also try to maintain my own inner happiness. Life is about finding your happiness and joy. What is life if you're not happy? And I try to teach that to my son. He has struggles. I have struggles. Everybody has a struggle in their life. But we have to try to face each day knowing that we can get through them. We're not gonna always see happy, bright days. We're gonna have a good day. We're gonna have a bad day. That's part of life. But we have to try to realize that how we deal with it is very important. And we also must know, being the the parent, in my case, how to deal with situations with regard to my son. I have to be strong and hold up and not be overly emotional. You know, now that he's away at school, it's different because I'm more emotional, and I've become at times very overwhelmed. But in my son's presence, I have to learn to control that. I can't fall apart. I have to be strong. Sometimes it's not always that easy, but it's something that I need to do. And I've been very depressed. I've been suicidal at times. And I just try to pull it together. You know, life is not always going to be perfect. We're not going to always achieve the things we had hoped or anticipated. But we have to try to find a positive view of things. We have to look at things in a right way and realize that all we can do is the best that we can. We can't give up. We have to just fight and try to do as much as we can and believe that everything will be able to work itself out. We have to truly believe that. I know that. I've always known that. I realize that. I'm just trying to cope as best I can. And I don't always know the best. All I know is I'm trying. I just think sometimes we fall into a trap and we start to feel sorry for ourselves. And we think nothing is gonna work out. And we start to pity ourselves and think of negativity. And that's not the right strategy. We have to have confidence. We have to realize that things will get better. We have to believe that. We do. I know that. Sometimes when I go to my therapist and I have a session with him, there are times when I can talk constantly about all that's on my mind. And then there are times where I just don't want to say anything. Total silence. And I just feel that we have to have an equilibrium, a medium. You know, you can't be totally quiet, and you can't always be chattering. You have to have a happy medium. And that's what life is all about. Finding that happy medium. And once you do, then things will work itself out. You have to believe that in your heart, because that's the very truth. Emily Ainelli of T-Girl angel. I love you guys.